So in this video, we're going to exploring how can we find the answer for question number 6 from your Excel output. If you haven't got your Excel output, you have to watch the video related to question number 2, determine the multiple linear regression equation, because in that one, I showed you how you can get a regression output. So in this video, we need to look at where we can find information we need for question number 6. So we are determining 95% confidence interval for the partial coefficient for bedrooms. So the partial coefficient for bedroom, basically we look at the confidence interval for my bedroom. The number of bedroom is x2, right? So we're looking for the confidence interval for partial coefficient, confidence interval for B2. So the question is, where is the confidence interval for B2? So first of all, B2 is located, all the information with related to individual B's is in my third table, because that is the regression coefficient table, right? We found our equation here. We found in the p-value we needed to test each individual B here. So now we need to find the confidence interval for specific B. So it's also in this table. So in this specific question, we look at the confidence interval for partial coefficient for the bedroom, so which is corresponding to this row. So therefore, the information is all coming from this row. So if you look at it, there's a two column called lower 95% and upper 95%. So these two number, it is the confidence interval for B2, 95% confidence interval for B2. So the lower boundary is negative 948, and then the upper boundary is 1666. So you don't need to do any calculation in order to get a confidence interval for your B's. It's literally on the Excel output. You just need to know where to find it. So as you know, so this two will be the confidence interval for the partial coefficient to the square footage. And then this one is for the confidence interval for the partial coefficient for H. So every of my B's, sorry, those are my B's, they are having a confidence interval. Okay, so now we know where to find the number. So this is the, let me merge. So basically is confidence interval for B's, for my B's, different B's, right? Okay, now let me just keep this two value. I don't want to have typo. I like just copy it. Okay, so then I go back to my question number 6. I paste it. Okay, so the 95% confidence interval for the partial coefficient of the number of bedroom is between and okay, so we found my partial coefficient. So why we need to find this partial confidence interval for my partial coefficient? Read the question one more time. So the reason we want to find it is try to answer the question, do you think the number of the bedroom, sorry, this is a typo. We cannot do the age, so I'll delete this. So do you think the number of the bedroom of the house will affect the house price? So in the lecture video, like I said, in this one, we focus on where to find the value on Excel, right? So if you don't remember the decision rule, make sure you watch my lecture video. We're focusing on if my zero included into this confidence interval or not, right? Again, if you don't remember why we are looking for zeros, make sure you watch my lecture video. So we only focus on if a zero in this interval. If you look at, since the lower boundary is a negative and the upper boundary is a positive, so you know the zero is included, right? So since zero is included in the interval, we can conclude that since 0 is included in the interval, we can conclude that the number of the bedroom does not have a significant impact on the house price. Okay, so basically in my lectures videos, like I said, if you didn't watch it, make sure you watch it. we mentioned that if 0, so 0 is the keyword we are looking for, whether they are inside this interval or not. Since 0 is not included, so we will, since 0 is included, therefore the relationship between house price and this specific variable, bedroom, has no significant impact. So if you think about this method I mentioned in the lecture, it's pretty much the similar as my t-test here, because the t-test is try to see if b is 3 equal to 0. Here we just try to say, okay, b3 with 95% confidence can be 0. So the same conclusion, right? So basically, my 95% confidence interval for b's is the second approach you can use to do the hypothesis testing. But the difference is my decision rule, right? In the hypothesis testing here, the 4-step hypothesis testing, our decision rule is to look at p-value, whether they are smaller than 0.05. But if you are using 95% confidence interval as your hypothesis testing method, you focusing on whether the 0 is included in this 95% confidence interval or not. If it's included, the relationship is not significant. If it's not included, and then the relationship will be significant. Like I said, if you cannot follow why this decision rule like this, please watch the lecture video. I talked about why we set up this as my decision rule if you're using 95% confidence interval as a way to testing out if that specific variable had a significant relationship with your y variable.